We're Jimmy and Johnny Lewis, and we are the two old farts traveling. Sometimes we're traveling, sometimes we're just old farts. Oh my heavens.
That's Moira.
This is what?
That's an American kestrel. It's a male.
Castrol?
Yeah, American kestrel, yes. The smallest falcon in North America. His name is Falcor.
They're gorgeous.
Right there.
And what's this one's name?
That's Lucy. That's an eastern screech owl. Right. She's kind of grumpy. Are you going to have a feather? Well, you know, and then over in that corner we have our female kestrel.
I don't see the bird home, maybe bird Hi, Maura.
This is our eastern screech owl, Lucy, and over in the corners we have Falcor, our male kestrel, and Moira, our female. So all of these right here, despite them being very small, they're all full grown. It only takes the birds of prey 12 weeks for them to grow fully. So they're all adults. Moira is the youngest we have in here. She is 2 years old.
Back all the time now, yeah?
The last 3 digits. Well, actually, let's do this.
You also notice that this bird is a lot less vocal than our red shoulders. They are a lot less heard in the wild. A lot of people actually get the red-tailed call mixed with the bald eagle. Those cool sounds that you hear while an eagle flies over in commercials and certain media, that's actually the red-tailed call that Hollywood and most everywhere else uses this sound for the bald eagle, even though it's incorrect. And a red tail doesn't make this sound as much as our red shoulders do. You might even be able to hear Archer yelling on the mic right now.
Ready when you are. I'm sorry. Ready when she was.
And you'll also notice Ruby is very visual despite only having one good eye. So she actually will sometimes tell us when there is potential danger in the area by looking up at the sky. Sometimes she'll spot some wild eagles or hawks flying overhead for us. Now, if this were to happen, we would have to pick her up and, wait to continue the flight. So she actually is very good at giving us some physical tells about what she's doing, if she's distracted, or if there's something in the area that we should know about. It's kind of nice having a reliable hawk.
Awesome.
And just for a couple other details about her, she's about 4 years old, still very young. Red tails tend to be in the wild. They'll live up to about 15 to 20 years average. So Ruby's still very young. In captivity, bird of prey tend to live even longer. So hopefully we have many, many more years of flight left with her. And if any of you have seen Isabella, our other red-tailed hawk under the pavilion, she used to be our main flyer, but she retired so that Ruby could hopefully take over. And again, you'll see how we have to kind of have Ruby decide when she's feeling confident enough to go. But when she does a beautiful job. But despite her size, she only weighs about 2 pounds, oddly enough. We believe she is a female red tail based on that size. If you haven't already heard today, for a bird of prey, typically the female are larger than the males. The only way for us, usually, to tell between a male and female for sure is by doing a DNA test on the individual bird.
So they look like heart-shaped, the ones that she has in her bed. So gorgeous. And she's blushing a little bit, so she's a little bit more orangey in this year because she's a little bit more yellow. Yeah.
Where do you get all these?
I'm sorry?
Where do all the birds come from?
Well, they have come from different places for different reasons. Everybody that you see here is either a bird that has a physical injury or they are imprinted, so they cannot be released. We do also do rehab and release, but those birds cannot be out into the they cannot see public or they cannad see people, and they not even get equipment. So a lot of times in the spring, if people are trimming their trees or if they fell off the nest or something like that, we get a lot of babies. At that point, we had a couple birds that they were good surrogate moms. So we would just put the bird, throw food, and that bird would feed the babies, and then they would not become imprinted, which is what we want to. Sometimes it's a small injury that if it's caught early enough, it can be fixed and they can be released. But with everybody that you see out here, the type of injury, they cannot be released.
Thank you for
And what kind of
Yes, thanks for visiting.
what kind of bird is she?
She's a crested caracara. Every bird that you see here is from this area or the United States too. There's one exception with Henry. Henry is our owl that the volunteer is holding over there. He's a European barn owl. But everybody else, you would find this type of bird here in the Apopka area. Areas where you have palmetto sow, and that's why right now that there's not as many, they've been cut down. These guys are not as common as they used to be, but this is actually a very common bird of prey that it ranges through Central and South America. It's actually the national bird of Mexico, and there are variations of them in South America, a little bit smaller, a different coloration, but they are caracaras too.
You're beautiful.
She is. She's a cute lady.
bring her over.
This is Sable. She's a short-tailed hawk.
Sable, you're beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Wow.
So
Flex your wings for me.
Well, she does have a wound. She will open them.
And it's on her right wing. I can see how she favors it.
Yeah. Ooh.
How long have you been doing this?
A little over a year. Think you might want to volunteer?
No. I mean, yes, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But we sold our house and everything in it, live in an RV and travel the country. So
Oh, nice.
I'm never in one place long enough to do stuff like
That's
that.
nice though.
It's terribly interesting. It is
But you get to
very.
see a lot. And the freedom.
Well,
I guess that's
he
what
keeps us
that
on, he keeps us on a rigid schedule. We have to be in so and so at such and such. I've made reservations. I've already played.
the cold weather.
Trying to put them with an adult and they can model the behavior of. The adults will often even take on the care of them and feed them all by themselves. So what we try to do is provide them food, step back, let them show them how to be a bird, they grow up and we're able to release those birds. He's great. He's probably about 14. Wow. He's a genius.
3 and really 14 hours.
14. In our age. Yes. Yes, not in like dog years or anything like that. He's a dude. In real years.
Very nice. Nice, long and slow.
Alyssa, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this about 4 years.
Incredible.
Well, would you like to know anything specific about our Barno? I can tell you.
Can never be released, right?
Correct. He was actually bred in captivity. You see that little ring on his left foot? So he is bred to be an education bird. However, I was just explaining, he's also a great surrogate. When we have a big barn owl brought in, we can put them in where they can see him and he can model being an owl. And that way, we're just providing the food and kind of stepping back and letting him show him how to grow up and how to be a bird and letting those young birds that are brought to us injured be released. So he's got a lot of good that he does for the birds in the wild.
I just figured because he was from Europe, y'all wouldn't let him.
The European barn owl.
Yeah.
Not a huge difference between the look of that bird and
Right.
the behavior is the same. Very much the same. Much better than say us trying to show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Our whole goal is to make sure that they're not people friendly. We want them to be fierce and releasing.
Is he holding his right wing down because it's injured?
That's a good catch. It's sort of like an old sports injury almost. Like
Okay,
he's
it's always going to,
but
yeah.
It's always going to be a little bit droopy. Yes, he did hurt his wing at one point.
For about 30 years after I broke my left wrist, I held my hand up like this
Yep, it's
Until I-
always
until I
going to have
finally-
a certain way to carry it.
until I realized that was just an affectation that didn't need to happen. Put it down.
So he's always going to have a little droop now, but he's okay.
That face is just phenomenal.
He's got great big eyes. If you had eyes as big as his, they'd be the size of tennis balls. They'd be huge. He's got a great big mouth. You're only really seeing the tip of it, but it goes all the way across, so he can swallow those mice whole.
Whole mice, yeah.
Whole mice.
One more time. Let me hear you. One more time. Very nice. I like that. Trevor? I like that name. It's a cool name. Ready to go? Step up here. A little closer. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good.
Owls have huge eyes, so they are not circular like ours, but spherical. They're shaped like cones. Or not cones, cylinders. So they can't move their eyes. That's why they have to tilt their head. Because there's no room for muscles for moving their eyes. So they just move their neck around, which way. So you can kind of see their eyes through their ears. So the ears are lower on their head behind their ears.
No names. You heard that before, haven't you? What's your name?
Are his eyes any larger in relationship to his head than, say, the barred owl or the barn owl? Or is it just all visual because of the feathers?
All
visual. So also their eye color does play a part in telling when they hide. So owls with yellow eyes or light colored eyes tend to hide more at dusk and dawn. Owls with dark eyes are more truly nocturnal.
Very nice.
can.
Go ahead, bud. Excuse me.
He looks right at me.
Okay, what happened to his right wing?
Actually, when he was a nestling, his siblings trampled all over him and everything, permanently damaged that wing. He's never even known how to fly. Doesn't stop him from trying.
No.
Just
That's
kind
right.
of gets up in the air and flops over a little bit. It's embarrassing.
Still majestic looking.
Oh yeah. Except when
take
he's
a photo
twisting
with him?
around on the glove. Picture? Yeah.
What's his name?
This is Ike or Isaiah.
Ike.
Ike. He's about 13 years old, 14. You got it? Are you coming in with me?
Can we take a picture?
Who's the noisy one over there? Who's the noisy one over there?
Go get it. Go. Hurry, very good. Yeah, they're getting ready to do their pictures.
The bird's butt feeling tired. You are correct.
Well, right now,
How's the wind over there? If you think that's fine, I just want to make
Lindsay,
sure
what
it's
kind
not
is
blowing
this?
up the
This is
bird's
a
rear end.
swallow-tailed kite.
Do you think it'll be okay?
That's the one I saw on the show.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be okay?
I know.
Because of your swallowtail.
Darren, what do you mind staying
Now, how much
under
does-
the pavilion?
How much does a kite
Because
weigh?
we don't want to walk away with
Less than a pound.
the
I was just
animals
fixing to say, it looks like it's about less than a pound. Wow. You are beautiful. You know that, don't you? Huh? Ike is the eagle, and Ike's wing, right wing, was severely damaged by his nest mates when he was a baby. They chewed up on him and beat on him and stepped on his wing and chewed on it, so they decided that he'd have to stay here forever. Thanks, old man. Get out of my way. And he would, so he'll never be released.